Hello and welcome to another OpenCode tutorial. Now, today we're going to be learning how we can do global configuration in OpenCode. Global configuration allows you to set global settings for the overall OpenCode instances that you run on your system or in your environment. So any setting that you want to apply to any instance that is running on your system, any OpenCode instance that is running on your system, you should use a global configuration. And in this video, we're going to learn how to do just that. Now, the global configuration for OpenCode can be found by going to your home folder, go to your home folder, then /.config/OpenCode. Okay, I didn't do CD, so let's just run that again. Let me go to the very beginning of the command. Yeah, and now I'm in. So if we do ls here, we can see a bunch of stuff. This is a session file I saved from one of my OpenCode sessions. But to have global configuration set up, you need to create a file called opencode.json. opencode.json. So we create the file, and I'm simply going to open it up in Nano. This is the file that is going to control the global configuration for OpenCode on your system. So let's say we want to open up our web instance of OpenCode that we've seen in one of the tutorials in this series. We want to open up the web version for OpenCode using a different default port. The default port is always 4096, but let's say we want to open it on, let's say, port 3306. So what we're going to do is first we set up our OpenCode configuration. We create the JSON block. Then we start by setting our schema variable. Say schema. Then I'm going to set that to the standard schema for OpenCode configuration, which can be found on https://config.json. Then, like I said, we want to set our server, our web server for our OpenCode web sessions to open with a default port that is different from the 4096 that OpenCode will always open with on the web. Now to do that, we need to configure the server block. And here, we're just going to set a port to any port that we want, any usable port that we want. So we'll set this, and we'll close the server block. So automatically this becomes a global configuration, and now anytime we open up, or rather anytime we try to open up OpenCode in the web, it's going to open at port 3306 instead of port 4096. So let us save this file, go out of it, and then if I say OpenCode web, it should now open at port 3306. Yep, let me bring that out. As you can see, port 3306 is now running on port 3306. If we go to our command line once again, you'll see it now opens at port 3306. Now do note, global configurations are at the lowest level of precedence. So project level configurations and custom configurations are always going to override global configuration, so just know that. But in this video, we've been able to see how to configure global settings for our OpenCode sessions.